My name is Sheryl Rooth, and a lot of things move me, but mostly my feet. So you get on the bus, it's the same person, you say good morning, they greet you in the morning. If for whatever reason, maybe you don't have change that day, they're like, it's okay, you can pay it the next day, that kind of thing. You build that familiarity, you build that, it's a trusting relationship. That's someone who's driving you around the city and has your life in their hands, essentially. There's always lots of positives. When you're on the bus with the same people all the time, you get to know people, you make friends, or you see new colleagues, or for myself as a teacher, I see my students on the bus all the time now. So that's a really nice way to start the day, just having some informal conversation that isn't about school, it's not about work, it's just about life. One of the very best and happiest things of my day is there is a gentleman on Oxford Street that I pass every morning, and he is outside at 7:25 with his coffee. It does not matter what the weather is. His name is Mike. He wishes me a good morning every day. I hope you have a great day. It's the most sincere greeting I will get that day. So I do have two adult children. My daughter is 23 and my son is 21. He is a student at Fanshawe and my daughter works downtown. And they've always taken transit. They have got their licenses, but they don't drive. It's never been a priority for them to drive. And we pretty much kind of forced them to take driver's ed. And even then they were like, I really don't want to drive. Right? There's numerous buses outside of our house that I can take. Whereas they have friends whose parents have driven them everywhere. So that sense of independence, I think, that I've instilled in our children is one that you cannot buy, you cannot teach it, it has to be learned. There's a huge cost involved with driving and owning a vehicle. There's a tremendous responsibility, whereas my kids can focus on other things. If they want to read, if they want to listen to music, if they want to talk to friends, they hop on the bus and they go and they do all of those things and they let someone else worry about driving, especially as this next generation comes forward and driving and owning a vehicle is not a priority to them. They want to get around how they want to get around, and it's going to be a la carte. It's not going to be a $40,000 pizza, I have taken transit in Toronto and BC area, Halifax and Montreal. I can't say we don't compare because I took it for different purposes. So in those instances, I was taking it as a tourist, not as a citizen who has to get to work every single day. I will say the convenience of waiting 3 to 5 minutes for any sort of transportation was a delight. It's not something that I'm used to in London for sure, but it is something that we're striving towards, and I'm glad to see that that's on the table and something we're working at. Just different priorities for different cities, and while it's easy to compare one city to another, I don't really think it's fair because we do have different needs and we do have different resources. So, I think we continue to move forward and we look to those cities for ideas. And I know that those cities look to London for ideas as well. So transit is kind of a big family and they all share information and what works and what doesn't.